We're rolling on that one?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we're rolling on that one. We got two of them. She's riding two ponies at the same time. Pretty amazing, eh? Well, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen right here. Because it is what it is. How about it? I'm poised and ready. This is what poised and ready looks like over here. That's it? Hey, guess what time it is, everybody? It's Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Well, probably for the last, when does it change over? 2 weeks? A week or two? Yeah, we still got daylight time, although we don't have summer anymore. Although here it doesn't feel like we don't have summer. It's about 80 degrees here now. So, and you know, it's been pretty tepid. But we're right here. It's 6 o'clock. You know where you are if you're on Facebook, and I hope there's somebody out there watching. We're in Manning's Galaxy, this out of this world entertainment and conversation, you know. And we're hoping to hear from you. Unfortunately, we're hearing precious, but actually, you know what? We've been getting a lot of, you know, contact afterwards too. You know, not just the live broadcast. We'd love to see more people at the live broadcasts. You know, tell us what we can do to get you here, and we'll get you here. You know, we'll do what we can do. And this is, you know, this is a pretty run and gun operation here. My chief over there, my producer, wife, partner, Nan Gill Wilson. Everybody out there, give her a big hand, okay? Okay, I'm gonna give her a big hand right here. She's what makes the wheels go around here. I get to do all the fun stuff like horse around on camera, sing songs and stuff like that. But she's the one that's doing all the hard work, and I want to acknowledge her for that. She does a great job. Anyway, last week we did fire. We had a little fire theme on Monday, and it's hard to believe that it's back around Monday again. I can't even imagine. You know, to me, it's like insane how fast the weeks go by now. It's like you close your eyes and whoosh, there's another one gone. So any of you kids out there, if there are any kids out there, you want to take some advice. Live every minute of it, because boy, I'll tell you what, it goes by in a heartbeat, literally. But we're going to do some songs a little different. You know, when you got fire, the only way to really take care of fire is with, you either got to have a good water supply, or you got to count on the good Lord for Him to supply the water works. You know, and you know, I'm with the Elijah crew that believes you in that aspect of it. We got to figure out a way to get Him to get more of it out to the west, though. California, man. You know, the California's got a twofold problem now. They got all of these fires that burn all of these forests and acres and thousands of acres of woods, you know. And then when the rains come, in the rainy season, and it's heading this way, you know, it's heading towards them, they get mudslides, man. I mean, I've been in L.A., I lived in L.A., and the entire, you know, Malibu colony was cut off, and PCH was shut down for months. Had to redo everything, and that's liable to happen again, you know. I don't know what we did wrong, but, you know, hey, cut us some slack, Pops. You know, we're on your team. So, anyway, we got some rain songs this week, okay? And this first one is one that I remember from my youth, and I had one. I had a youth. I did. We did have youth, didn't we, honey?
We did.
We did. And, you know, they were great while they lasted. In any event, this song is one from D. Clark back in. So we got to try it a little bit differently. So we're skipping back. You know, we use karaoke because obviously you can't you put a band in here and do all of that stuff. But we pay for a license to be able to, you know, to use karaoke tunes, and you know, any place where you sing karaoke, they cover that license too. They have to pay for those things, and that's how artists get paid. So you make sure that if you're gonna sing karaoke, if you're gonna use karaoke, that you pay the fees to do that, because those are what pay the royalties to the artists who wrote them. And, you know, they're important. Like, we just found out that I've got royalties due from Scandinavia for a show I did 40 years ago. Almost exactly 40 years ago. Actually, it would have opened 40 years ago last week. End of the Rainbow. And we'll talk about that some other time, too. But in any event, here we go. See if you can recognize this one. Could you hear me? Did you hear the vocal? Anybody out there? Because the music in here was pretty loud. That come through? The vocal come through?
Yeah.
It did?
Of course.
You heard it? Did you hear it?
No, I'm flying by the seat of my pants over here.
You're flying by the seat of your pants?
Yeah.
Well, then you better not turn over and bend around. Maybe I never mind. And so, okay, what we got here? That was then, and here we go again.
Linda Vetty says beautiful.
Wow. Thanks, Linda. That's my good friend Linda Vetty. She's out there. God bless you, girl. Thank you so much for showing up. We got a couple more of these tunes coming up. Yeah, you know, that's, you don't want to, I tell you what, where you don't want to be crying is, you don't want to be crying after the next election, for sure, or the next coming elections. We got to make sure that we get everybody out to vote, because they're trying to make sure that everybody doesn't have the opportunity to get out to vote. And by they, I mean those people that call themselves lawmakers that are constantly breaking the law in Texas and in Washington, D.C., who say that they're for the people, but we know otherwise, you know. I was talking to Nan just before we went on the air. about a great movie, that talks about, I was talking about California, having all of the trees burned off on the land. The rain comes and it washes the land away, and you end up with tremendous mudslides and closes canyons and covers roads, and it's really quite an event. So, but what you got to realize is that the laws of this country, made by ostensibly by these quote unquote lawmakers, they're like the trees. And that statement was made in a film called Man for All Seasons. Great work, great book, great film. Paul Scofield played Sir Thomas More, who became Saint Thomas More, as depicted in another epic, Murder in the Cathedral. He was murdered by the agents of Henry VIII, who wanted to change brides. So, and Sir Thomas More wouldn't go along with it, and he was accosted by Richard Rich, and I think that was Anthony Hopkins' actually first major role. And he confronted Paul Scofield, and there was a quote from St. Thomas More where he talks about why was he so adamant about not allowing that law to be overlooked or overturned. And they've been overturning some laws that people, you got to pay attention to what's going on here. Sir Thomas More said, the laws are like the trees, beautiful to look at. You can cut them all down, get a better view. But what happens when the rains come and wash away the land? What are you left with? We got to make sure that the laws that are there, they're there to protect us people. We are the people. We are not the enemy. We are what they are here for. And anybody that thinks that what happened on January 6th of 2021 was anything but an insurrection and a violation of the law, for which over 600 people have now been arrested and are being prosecuted. Some have been already convicted. And that there are men, mostly shriveled up old white men who, I'm one of those guys too, but I would never, ever call that thing anything but what it was, which was a complete and utter traitorous insurrection by those people who are bound and determined to take this country down by stripping it of its laws, by circumventing those laws on voting. You got to vote, people. You got to get out there and vote. You got to protect your voting rights. Anybody that needs to talk about that, you can contact me anytime. Rights for a woman to be self-determinant of her own bodily functions and what she does with her body. Those are rights that were hard fought for, and you can't just overturn them at your will because you're a state that thinks that they have that power. And I don't know what that crab in that chair down there in Texas is about, but that bug ought to be squashed for sure.
Anyway, Mike says that the background is usually too loud.
The background is usually too loud. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, Mike. I'll Mike Soccer. Hey, Mike. Another great fan. He's great. Okay. In any event, pay attention to your laws, people. Pay attention to what's going on out there in the street. It's up to you. You are the power. You put them in office. You keep them in office. And you can take them from office for any reason. And, there's a lot going on the border. There's a lot going on in a lot of places, Human beings have rights. We are human beings. So let's be that instead of just humans being whatever we feel like. Anyway, all right, I gotta trim the volume here, I guess, on the.
I think the other ones were less.
Okay, so here we go. This is one from the way back too. You know, actually these are like from the '60s. You know, we've been dancing around with a bunch of these things. We're going to start. You know, I'm building a home recording studio here, so we're going to be doing more of our original stuff, our own stuff. I've been writing like a maniac. I've been writing. I mean, it's unbelievable how many songs. I'm like turning out one every other day, or maybe one every day. I don't even know. But you know, we're going to start sorting them out and start recording them here. So we've got we're setting up to do that. Anyway, let's see if y'all remember this one. Some men climb a mountain, some men swim the sea, some men fly above the sky. They are what they must be. But baby, the rain must fall, and baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Oh, baby, I must go. I do not love for silver, I do not love for gold. My heart is mine to give away, it never will be sold. So baby, the rain must fall, baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Oh, baby, I must go. I am not made of victim. I don't know how, what it be, maybe heaven, maybe hell. But baby, the rain must fall, baby, the wind must blow. Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go. Baby, I must go. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that came from that song. I think it was on the title track. Here we go again. Whoa. You know what? It seems to do that every single time. Okay. Who knows what that one is? Come on, anybody out there? If you're out there. You know what? I didn't hit my switch here. That's what the problem's been. That's why I couldn't hear the vocals. I didn't have the right test. Oh boy. That's a completely other thing, isn't it? Wow. Okay, well, that's supposed to be for the vocals. It's a little bit rough this week, so you're going to get kind of naked vocals. This is called a naked vocal, what you're hearing right now. Okay? In any event, where was I before I so rudely interrupted myself? And I kind of screwed up that last song. But Baby the Rain, that was from that film with Tuesday Weld and Steve McQueen. Does anybody know the title of that film? Baby the Rain Must Fall, right? I think that's what it was. I think it was the title track of that film. That was a very interesting film with two young budding major stars there were about to pop. I know Tuesday. I met Tuesday. Tuesday was a really good friend of my friend Miriam. God bless her. Miriam, I trust that you're okay. We saw you a couple weeks ago. God bless you. Getting up there, and she's in a nursing home in the city. God rest her. God bless her. Don't rest her, Brad. She's got to be around for a little bit longer. We got work to do. Anyway, yeah, Baby the Rain Must Fall. I think that came out right during, at the height of the Vietnam conflict back then, if I remember correctly, somewhere in the 63, 64, maybe somewhere in there. I remember when you were right about when it started. Gulf of Tonkin. See, that's what happens, people. We gotta stay on top of the government, and in the right way. Use your vote, use your voice, congregate peacefully, use your right to lawful assembly. That's what makes the difference. We got to show these bullies and these bums that they can't just overrun our institutions that protect us from cowards and bullies like them. And they are. Nobody stepped up right afterwards when they said they were coming after him and said, "Oh yeah, I did it. I believe it. I did it." Yeah, right. We got a word for that. I'm polite company, you know what I mean? Anyway, but I remember that song. I remember that song mostly because of Tuesday Weld. Tuesday, you remember Thalia Menninger. Thalia Menninger was Dobie Gillis's girlfriend, or wanted to be girlfriend, right? And I met Tuesday many years later. I think she was married at that time to. She had been married to Dudley Moore, and then she was married to an Israeli pianist, conductor. I can't remember his name. In any event, anybody gets this information, send us the answers, and we'll send you something. Fair enough. You can get a hold of us here on the internet. You can get a hold of us at Facebook. You can get a hold of us at P.O. Box 1 in Goshen, New York, 10924. That's our mailing address. You can send it to Willie Gilly Productions, okay, or Willie Gilly Music, or Nan, or myself, Nan at williegilly.com, David at williegilly.com. We're more than happy to communicate with anybody out there that wants to communicate. We're in the communications business, and that's why we got into it, because we believe it's the most powerful industry on the planet, capable of doing all kinds of wonderful things. Whoop! What was that? Oh, how did that happen? Whoa! Oh man, is that weird? That was my that was my instant butler, or what do they call that? My Sirius, or what? Oh boy. Anyway. We got one more to go here, and I might as well launch right into it. I want you people out there to take care of yourself, stay well. This COVID thing, I don't know if the rain's going to wash this away. And now that it's starting to get colder and things, it's going to be inside. You're going to need to take much more precaution, to do it to protect our kids. Our kids are now suffering from these things, and that's the future. That's our future right there. And if they don't see us taking steps and taking control and being adults and doing the right thing, what are they going to do? Who's going to guide them? Where are they going to go? What's that going to turn into? What kind of a nightmare is that going to be for all of us? Do the right thing, people. Vote. Let your voice be heard. Contact your congressman, your congresspeople, your congresswoman, your senators. Let them know what's going on with you. We have the tools now to be able to directly, communicate with everybody. So, in any event. All right, my last tune. Okay. Here we go. Long as I remember the rain been coming down, clouds of mystery pouring, confusion on the ground, good men through the ages, trying to find the sun. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain. I went down Virginia, looking shelter from the storm. Caught up on the table, I watched the tower grow. 5-year plans, a new deal, wrapped up in golden chain. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain. Sing and playing, how we cheer for more. Crowded, sung together, trying to keep warm. Still the rain kept pouring, falling on my ear. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain. Yeah. How was that?
Good.
Yeah? And I got my audience of one over here. I know how Stephen Colbert was feeling, when he couldn't sing before crowds. I'm really reluctant to get out there. I see these concerts and these football games and all these people out there doing these things, and I think that that's just great, that people can do that. But then I see them with no masks on, and we went to a concert yesterday, and it was a really terrific concert. It was the organist from West Point, and he played some beautiful stuff. But the people in the audience, man, most of them didn't have masks on. And most of them were very susceptible. And I don't care how many shots you got, this thing can get you. This Delta deviant is what I call it. That's a thing is a horror. It's a horror. We're not getting it done. We're not getting it done. And we got to win this one. This is something, this isn't about bullets and bombs. I don't care how many of those you make, you can't fight a germ. I mean, anybody that saw War of the Worlds, all of them, any of the War of the Worlds that were out there. You heard it on the radio, if you're still alive, you saw it in the movies when it was Gene Barry. I saw it was War of the Worlds the first time, and with Tom, what's his face? Cruise? Yeah, Cruise. Anyway, what killed those aliens was a germ. What's killing us is a virus. And it's killing lots of us. We just passed the Spanish flu epidemic numbers. 100 years later. We should be doing better than this. Yeah, as a percentage of the population, because the population has been exploding. Anyway, people, you got to take care. You got to be safe. God bless you all. We'll catch you next time right here in Manny's Galaxy. We'll be here. Adios for everything.